Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So I just can't come on here and really say too many positive things right now. Like there's nothing I could really say. The only thing we can do is align right now on the truth as a world, as a globe. So that's what I'm coming on here to, I guess, talk about. There's a very dangerous enemy out there that is infiltrating every country, and they're here to destroy us. And I don't know how else to say that because it's the truth. They've infiltrated every country. I came on my channel and talked about that last week when I hit my breaking point. Every night they're trying to kill many people, okay? They have lists and they're going after them with a very dangerous system, all right? They attack your light bodies, your DNA. They do MK Ultra on you, part of their Monarch mind control programs, and they're lethal, all right? So that's what's going on right now. Whether people are aware of it or not, I don't know. It's the truth, okay? Like, there's so many victims, celebrities, politicians, government officials, military, you name it, okay? Everyone's a fucking victim right now. The guidance I'm getting is we have to rise, all right? We are in battle right now. This is it, okay? We are in a battle for humanity, and we are in a battle for the world. And it's not gonna get any easier if we don't align right now. That's kind of what it feels like energetically. So I will tell you, the messages I've gotten on our country is like startling, okay? It's startling, okay? How many people are corrupted? How many units are corrupted? It's startling. It's startling to get the messages that I have around Trump, what he's done, how low he's gone. We're talking like the lowest low, spiritual warfare, okay? Killing people, murdering people. I mean, that's the level this man has gone to, and he has infiltrated our entire country, okay? Not only that, but the world, all right? Every country has been infiltrated. I feel like every week I get a new name of a country that they're going after, okay? With these same programs. They're using technologies, weapons, MK Ultra, and depending on how awake you are to their agenda, you get bumped up on their hit list, okay? You get bumped up to like #1 or whatever. So, it's a very dangerous time for a lot of light workers, okay? People who are in the spotlight, people who have huge followings, okay? People who work with the light, who are here for justice, okay? That's who they're targeting. And this group, like I said, is very lethal. And they have designed a galaxy to work for them, okay? That's what they've done with their technologies and their weapons. So I'm going to try to get us some guidance right now, but the main guidance I'm getting is that we have to align as a globe and we have to rise right now. So the reason I'm saying this is, one, I want to tell you that everything in the media is pretty much a lie, okay? There are media buyouts that are creating news headlines right now that are not true, okay? I'm going to tell you that right now. There are lies. There's a whole lie of illusion of who's really winning the war. And then there's a lot of stuff that's going on underground that nobody fucking knows about, okay? Like major spy rings, major fucking military shit, like major shit going down, like down under, okay? So I have gotten messages with the US like that. Our State Department's been infiltrated. I mean, you name it. Everything's been infiltrated, everything. If you go to the targeted individual website, if you go to targetedjustice.com, they go through the board of the committee, and Merrick Garland is on there, and that's like really disturbing, okay? He's on there with Dick Cheney. So, I mean, like, it's weird. Like, nothing is really, it's like who's on team A, who's on team B, and it feels a little, like, strange. Like, everything just feels really strange energetically for our country right now. just not knowing like who's on the right team and things like that. And I'm like shocked right now that any justice is even being carried out, because of what is against the odds that are against them. Like that's kind of like the energies I'm getting, because we are honing in on a lot of them because of all these indictments with Trump. It's getting way worse right now. Like it's getting to such a lethal point where they literally are just trying to kill people. Like that's the level. They're in a war right now. They're in a war with like US citizens, and like like it's so batshit what's going on right now. There it is, the tower. And getting the awareness and the alliances together right now feels dicey. Like it feels kind of dicey. I do feel that, I don't know, the military feels shoddy right now. I'm not gonna fucking lie. So like it's like I don't know, like there's many units that are very like corrupted and stuff. And yeah, and like we've talked about before, it is coming through with money, and it is coming through from a foreign dignitary. There's a lot of contracts that came in around oil, all right, that is linked to a lot of these death agendas, all right. Payoff monies with oil, all right, is a big one. And the pipelines and all of that, it's all very much connected. I'm hearing State Farm coming through. They have apparently have closed down their home policies in California, and people are claiming that there's supposed to be a seismic event in California. I have totally felt that energy, totally felt that. This is how lethal their agendas are, and they're not stopping. I mean, I feel like I'm in the battlefield like 24 hours a day with this crew, like not even joking. So it's rough right now. So I have mentioned on my last video about Ukraine, and that they're honestly like the only ones like left, like that are like free. Isn't such an irony, but they are. So I'm gonna say that they're the freaking ones we have to really like be aligning with right now, because they have the most power in numbers, okay? In terms of who's on their side, like everyone is on, like they are so loyal to a T, and we're lacking that in our country, and and that's lacking in a lot of other countries because of the money and everything like that. But they are like soulful, and they are warriors, and so they are the most, I think, connected group right now. Like as far as like when I'm going into pockets, like everywhere I go, I'm like, like if I just check in energetically, I can go everywhere. It's like, oh no, no, everyone has been infiltrated. So the way we win this war is by going to the light, and every day they are using technologies to trap our light bodies, our energy fields, and basically move us out of extinction through their animatrix bot systems, okay? And they target us while we're sleeping, and then they have all these other technologies. They've broken into sacred portals and things like that, and depending on how awakened you are or ascended you are, then you're gonna hear all of that other noise. Like you're gonna hear all of that other stuff coming through, depending on how targeted you are. But I've gotten a lot of messages around them doing dark rituals, which I've talked about. They basically like sell your souls, okay? That's what MK Ultra is. They sell your soul, and then once they sell your soul, they do whatever the fuck they want to you, essentially. That's kind of like their doorway in. And whoever does the death rituals on you, or whoever stole your soul, basically they now are working against you, that you don't get it back. You know what I mean? Like they're working against you day and night so that you don't get your soul back. So it's kind of like the most insane, like spiritual war, physical war, like ever right now. The fact that they're keeping us from even getting to our protections is like insane. And every day I am battling that because I am a victim of their MK Ultra contracts. They have taken out several contracts on me. They have done Monarch mind control to me, like on the daily. They freaking, whatever they have had to do to me, they freaking do. And like I said, depending on how targeted you are, they're doing this as well. Like they're doing these death contracts around the block, like around the clock. Like I have broken contracts. Like I have broken and come out of the contracts. I've been clear. The shit comes off my fucking head. And the next day they're right at it again. So they work around the clock with teams to kill you. So that's what they're doing right now. So when people are kind of crying out about it, or they're saying things about it in their songs, their music, you know, the Billie Eilish sign in Hollywood, MK Ultra sign, okay, that sign, yeah, it's real, okay? And not everyone is as targeted, but I will let you know that they are going to the most powerful people right now. That's who they're trying to take out. The most powerful people on the planet they are trying to take out, which means they will just eventually keep working their way down. That's the plan, okay? Is to completely keep working their way down. They want to infiltrate every single country. They're cloning the DNA. They're creating biomolecular DNA, like a weapon. They're weaponizing the DNA. They're genetically modifying it and splicing it together with dark energies and all. They're doing anything you can think of. I've seen this man in a lab like over and over again working on the DNA. They are constantly, they're sick. They're sick. Like everyone is fucking sick in this group. So we all have to align, and it's really hard for us to connect to one another because they're basically like destroying our contracts. They're destroying our timelines. They're creating new timelines for us. They're reprogramming our timelines. They're trying to dehumanize us. They're putting brain chips in our energy fields. They're trying to recreate us as a robot and then get rid of us, you know, make us go extinct. So this is just a little bit of what they're doing right now around the clock. And they have groups who are dedicated to this. Now, when I break free from a ritual, which can take me, who knows, days, weeks, months, whatever it is, when I break free from something, I can hear them screaming on the other end, I don't want to die. And I'm going to die because I did this to her. Like, that's what I'm hearing in my device. Like, I don't want to die, but I'm the one that took her soul and now I'm going to die and I can't die. And there's like units scrambling to try to make sure that I die and they don't. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm dealing with on the daily. Super fun. A lot of these enemies are also like humanoid species, okay? Maybe sold their soul to be an alien. I don't know. Steve Noble always mentions these dark ET groups. And I'm beginning to think that a lot of these elites or something have maybe recreated, I don't know, they like became aliens. I have noticed that certain celebrities just look weird. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like when I see them on TV, they almost look like they're dead and like they're kind of like plased over, you know what I mean? Like their faces look weird. And there is a part of me that does feel that some of them like sold their soul to like become aliens or something, you know, like there is something like around that. I don't know what that is. Like, I don't really understand any of that. Maybe that's just the MK Ultra. When it succeeds, it finally takes your soul and you become an alien. Like, I don't know. Like, that might be like their end game. But it is, a lot of the Monarch mind control is through the sex organs, okay? That's how they're getting in and breaking into your DNA. So if you're just suddenly, I'm going to be honest about it, if you're just suddenly getting an orgasm, freaking resist and tell them to get the fuck away from your DNA, okay? Because that is not of the light. That's Monarch mind control, okay? So if somebody's somewhere near your G-spot, that's Monarch mind control, okay? And you guys have to fucking get the memo because they're not gonna fucking tell you. They're not gonna tell you. No one's gonna tell you. They're not gonna tell you what it is. But I did a reading on that, on what MK Ultra was, and then I got the Monarch mind control with the sex device. The sex device is like a little vibrating alien technology device, okay? They try to always tap into your energy and get to your energy, and that's how they get the gateway in, the portal into your energy field, into your light body, and they're doing it right now to me. But they have been like lost, and I'll feel this thing like vibrating in my freaking foot. Like it'll be my foot or on my couch, or it'll be like somewhere, you know what I mean? It's like this little vibrating, probably like it feels alien, honestly, because I don't see it. I just feel it. Like I said, it'll get stuck. I'll feel it like vibrating in my foot, and I'm like, oh, that's what they're doing. It's almost like a virtual vibrator. You know what I mean? And they created this. It's a weapon. It is not for pleasure. Okay. So just an FYI. I think this is how they got a lot of celebrities. I feel like, could be tied into sex parties and things like that, like how they infiltrated them. Because I was getting that really, really strong with a lot of the celebs. They are doing it to children. I am getting word around that. They have targeted children with Monarch mind control. This is Russia. They're fucking sick. They're mentally ill, okay? And they're targeting children right now, trying to break into all of the children's portals, light bodies, getting into the higher realms, dimensions, keys, because that's how they own the world. So they're doing it to everyone. They are doing it to everyone at this level. Particularly girls, I would say. Well, I don't know, because I know they're doing it to guys too. So yeah, it's a portal opening. So that's what we have to just be aware of. It's very similar to back in Egypt, back in the Egyptian time period when they were doing the sex rituals. It's the same thing, okay? But they figured out a technology to do it without going near you, all right? And so, yeah, that's how they own humans. That's how they own you, and that's how they're infiltrating. It's also very similar to how they are setting people up. I want to say like they are using this device around political people, government officials, world leaders, when they're around children. Like they use it as a setup device to manipulate them, to weaponize it against them, to get some kind of compromat on them, okay? Doing something highly illegal, you know what I mean? But it's a full-on weapon and full-on attack on them. It's a full-on attack, okay? So it's also just something that we need to know. So it's really, really important right now. So, this is why I believe like so many people are trying to come forward around the alien technologies and just how illegal they are and just how lethal they are. This device is lethal. It's lethal. It's a lethal device. Once they get in and they can take your soul, okay, that's it. They got your soul. Like, that's it. It's not like you're still here physically, but you're now in a lower realm. Your contracts are compromised. Like everything is compromised, and you're basically in a survival for your life at that point because your protections are not there. And that is the state that many people are in right now. Like many, many people, whether they're aware of it or not, they might just be walking zombies, whatever. That's what has happened. There are other things that have happened to the DNA, and then there was also COVID-19, which is still recirculating. These are all their bioweapons. Everything going out, all their diseases, is all bioweapons. That's right, it's linked to the traffickers, programmers, techies, gotten so many techies. I got Harvard Law, Yale, Stanford, all of them. They worked their way in to every group. Everything that happened during Donald Trump's regime, they targeted every single group. So it is right now it's like a battle for many people to even like survive right now. Not just physically but spiritually. It's this spiritual warfare. I have like gotten trapped in other dimensions. Last night I was around a bunch of satanic celebrities. They were doing some kind of like theater play or something like that. And the guy next to me like took a deep breath and like he almost died in front of me. And like he went, and just as that happened to me, I was getting trapped in this place. Not survive as well. So, you know, it's just been like really, really, really hard because I'm awoken every night and I'm like literally disappearing like out of space and time. Like it is one of the scariest things to know that they are like energetically going after you in that way. But when I always check in with the energy, I'm getting a lot of other people who are going through the exact same experience at that exact same time as me, and that we're all on like the same list. Okay, so anyways, so it's really heavy right now. So right now, it's about the contracts. So let's talk about the contracts. Everybody has to get their contracts up to the light, okay? Any contracts have to go back up to the light. So I would say we have to, one, abolish all MK Ultra contracts and all Monarch mind control contracts. Okay, that's one thing that we have to do, is abolish all contracts. Any contracts that have been taken out on us, we have to abolish them in every timeline, dimension, and realm, and take back our soul back to the light. I think it is safe to say that everybody needs to do that at this point if you are of the light. Okay? Get your contracts up to the light. Once you get your soul back up to the light, then maybe, you know, then other things can kind of fall into place. You start to rise energetically. Another thing is that we have to keep our energy high. We have to work out and we have to move everything out of our bloodstreams, everything. They are weaponizing dust particles. It's molecular dust. So they're using molecular dust and they are weaponizing it against us. Okay, they're using it as a form of a weapon. Dust. Okay, dust particles. They're using it everywhere. All right. So you could just say, I reverse all of the molecular dust. I reverse engineer it. Okay, I reverse engineer their molecular dust back to the light, back to love, because that's how they're getting into the walls and everything. That's how they get into people's homes, their houses, is through the dust. Okay. The other thing that they are doing is they are sending out spy bots through social media. They are sending out, if you go onto certain social media websites, they're sending out spy bots. And these bots are like designed to kind of like get into your mind and to attack you from the inside. That's part of their mind control programs. I have also gotten messages the Wi-Fi is like it's like a conduit for their brainwave program. Okay, there, and also radio waves. Okay, there's another thing. I have gotten messages like in terms of certain people have been brain chipped. Okay, and so depending on if you've been chipped in some way, that would be more of like an advanced attack, so to speak. But that is another way that they are tracking and monitoring you and things like that. What else are they doing? Molecular dust is like a really big one in terms of how they're getting our food. They have put these bots in our food. Okay, is what I'm getting. Like we're ingesting them and not realizing we're ingesting them, and then they're in our system. So that's another one, is we have to transcend all of their dust bots, particle bots, whatever they have. We have to transcend it into the highest love and light. And just by us doing that prayer for the world, like that, if we all do that, it elevates that energy back up, so we're not as infiltrated, so to speak. But that's how they are getting to us. There's also with our codes, the human codes are in a database somewhere. And then they have time capsules. I'm getting real strong. They manipulate time and space through time travel. So they time travel and they mess with things. And that's how they essentially like create their roadmap, and then they overlay it over a system, and then they project it into the current reality. And that's how they are like working with time and space, essentially. They also have a black magic crew, like they have death cults and stuff like that that are like part of their black magic crew that have altars and sigils that are going around the clock. So I would say this is probably like the most important information about their warfare is the spiritual warfare, like is the most important. If we raise the vibration of the planet back up and we fix Schumann resonance and we override their grid lines and ley lines and we get the magnetic fields back up to the light, we could get back our portal system and our protections, and we could raise the vibration high enough so that their devices wouldn't work anymore. So if we raise the vibration high enough, nothing will work of theirs because they work with the dark. They're like dead. So if everything goes to the light, they would never win. So if everyone went to the light, they wouldn't win. Okay? That's what we need right now. Everybody has to go to the light and raise their vibration. You know, like Ukraine needs to have a dance party, dude. Like they just fucking need to dance. Like fucking, you know, raise the vibration. You know, every country has to raise the vibration. They need to raise the vibration and start dancing, singing, coming together. Every part of this agenda is to divide us, everything. So if you think of white supremacy, dividing us, okay? Dividing us by race, by skin color, dividing us. Everything has been designed to divide us. You know, the war on, you know, LGBTQ or QT, it's the same thing. It's like another freaking divot, right, to divide us. Abortion, another divot to divide us. Keep dividing, divide and conquer, divide and conquer, divide. That is the ultimate goal. You know, I believe that many of us were attacked in the spiritual realms with our timelines, attacked on our partnerships, on our soul contracts, to alienate us, to keep us alone, keep us in the dark. And the more we are alone and separated, the more we are at risk of not being here, okay? When we don't have our support teams, we don't have a support system anymore. So divide, keep dividing everybody out, dividing them out, keeping them from getting to the right people, the right groups, creating strife, you know, creating fights. And that's how they win. That's how they get in, is dividing us. Everything is to divide us. And that's how it feels in our country. It has felt like that since Trump has taken office. It has definitely felt like that. So we are now really are divided, and that was the plan. And like I said, the military feels really divided right now. Like I don't know. Like the military, like I said, feels iffy. Like, or when I check in with the energies, I'm like, compromised. Like that's all I feel is compromise. Starts from the top though. Starts from the top. And we all know who's at the top, and we all know who put them in power, right? Trump. So I think there is some stuff that has not been cleaned out, obviously, that is still keeping us in strife, okay? And it's not aligning our soil intentionally, okay? That was part of the infiltration on the U.S., was to align us with the enemy, right? That's why I was getting the messages. Everything I own in the box to the left. It's like the left, you know, again, you know, weaponizing that, right? And yeah, so many people lost friendships. That's all part of them destroying the contracts, okay? Weaponizing the contracts. Everything has been to isolate, alienate us. COVID-19, perfect example. Isolate, alienate us. And, you know, we can't like sit here and just like blame, you know, one side for everything, you know what I mean? Because I think a lot of people didn't really know what was going on with COVID. I don't know if a lot of people were privy to that. Again, that was done during the Trump era. So I feel like, again, a way to divide us, right? Vaccines. Here we go. Let's divide them again. Divide, 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 divide. Okay. Did we know we were dealing with a bioweapon at that point? Did we fucking have that information? Did anybody tell us what was really going on? You know, did we actually get the right information of what was going to have to go into a vaccine to help us with a bioweapon? Did anybody tell anybody? No, nobody told anybody. Nobody did. Nobody told anybody, you know? But I always, when I check in with the vaccine, and with COVID, I always get that COVID was far worse for us, far, far worse than the vaccine. There is such dark energies that came in through COVID-19 that I feel like that is honestly like the main culprit of a lot of what happened to us. Because I'm hearing a neuroweapon, because it was a neuroweapon, okay? So, it's like, oh, like let's begrudge people because they got a vaccine now. No, that's not the best way to go. You know, it's like that was another agenda, right? Like, let's make everyone feel like shit because they got a vaccine. No, we were trying to fucking, you know, get through a pandemic. We were, you know, like we were just doing with the best we could. We didn't know what was going on, okay? Some people trusted the companies, you know, some people did, okay? What do we say? You know, like okay, let's beat everybody up. Now let's divide again. Let's keep dividing. Let's divide. You know? Yeah, so much of that. Just so much of that warfare being used on us every single day. So Kieran saying that their angels speak to them through music. Yeah, mine do too, for sure. So I'll just see if there's any other messages right now for us as a world to get through all of this. I am hearing Columbine coming through and something around like direct energy weapons. And that's the DEW weapons. Again, that's on the targetedjustice.com website. It talks about those dangerous weapons. That was what was used in Maui. You know, every time I checked in with where that attack came from, I got space, you know, so it's a lot. So right now we really just want to send love to these energies, even though we want the truth of everything. We really want to know everything. Just sending Maui love can transcend so much of those energies. Sending the enemy love can transcend so much of their energies. They can't handle love. They can't handle that energy. Sending their contracts love, sending their timelines love, sending their animatrix system love, sending out the opposite energies that you would want to send out when you're going into battle. You have to send in those energies. We have to send everybody who's working against us love energies. And then we have to get our timelines back in alignment, because many of these enemies are not even supposed to be in our timelines, but they manipulated the timelines to get close to us, to get near us, to hurt us, okay? Many of them are not supposed to be in our lives. But that's when they mess with the timelines and the contracts. That's how the enemy has gotten close to a lot of light workers, okay? We're not on the same frequency as them, okay? We're at a higher frequency, light workers. We operate at a higher energy level, okay? We have different numbers, different everything. The only way for the enemy to get near us is through manipulation of spiritual warfare, okay? That's it. Like, that's the only way they can get to us, is through the timelines and through the contracts. And they did. They violated all of those laws. Sovereignty, free will, they've messed with all of that. Justice, everything. Everything you can think of, they have messed with. They have broken into higher realms through the dream state. They've broken into the higher light energies. They have infiltrated the higher light beings through these break-ins, through this technology. They've hurt light beings. They've hurt them. I have called in light beings and see them all coming in, and then I see them all getting attacked in my third eye. I will see them all getting attacked and going dark. Okay? Stellar races, you know, of the highest love and light, trying to come in and help, they get kicked out. They have technology to do this. They have technology to block out the help, to block out our protection. So that's why we have to get the energies back up to the light. Now, for people who are in the business of AI and technology, this is fucking inconvenient for them. If their stuff goes out, their networks go down, they don't like that, they get angry. Well, then they have to make a decision, okay? That's where we're at. We have a line that we have to cross right now, okay? You either worry about your stupid technologies working, or you are here for humanity and Earth. That's where we're at. So there is a line right now with AI, with everything. We can't have AI like this existing. We cannot have it here. It's not allowed. It's against the law. It's against Earth laws. It's too high of a technology. These are alien technologies of a higher energy frequency from a different planet that is not designed for this planet. So, you know, everything right now has to come to the light. We have to work in truth as well. And the truth is that we have to find out which companies are supporting these dark agendas, who's part of this dark group, who's part of this animatrix system, who's part of this, so that we can take the dollar away from them, so we can move away from those companies, so we can get them outed. We don't support them. We have to align in terms of like who is the enemy behind this, and getting, essentially being able to know what not to put our money towards, okay? Making sure that we're supporting everything. So this is where we're at right now. I hope that gives you guys some more clarity about everything. They are trying to, they have weaponized our weather systems as well against us, just sending all of the weather molecules love, weather systems love. I don't know if you guys heard about what happened at Burning Man. Not an accident. Okay? Everything they're doing is, we are in a full-blown war. They are attacking us fully right now. We are in a full-blown war. Okay? So everybody has to go to the light and send everything they're doing love. All of their technologies, AI, their networks, systems, engineers, people, death contracts, everything. And they are going after the awoke, okay? Again, another way to divide us, right? Are you awoke? Like, and it's like the dumbest thing ever. But again, another thing, you know, another thing. So they're going towards more of the enlightened regions. They don't want people awoke. They're trying to turn us into robots right now and dehumanize us, okay? So we have to all come together in love and send all of their energy fields love, love, love. All of their grids, love, love, love. Everything has to go out, love, high vibration, high vibration, high vibration. All of their devices will break, okay? That's what we have to do. All right, I'm wishing you the best. There it is, play. That's our guidance to play right here. And she's hanging out in a bubbling martini glass or something. Champagne glass right here. I wish you guys the best. Thanks for supporting me over here and understanding everything that's going on with me and how dangerous it is. And just your awareness and supporting that awareness makes a huge difference, okay? To understand how severely targeted people are, and that helps a ton, okay? So I'm wishing you guys the best, and I'll talk to you all soon.